to God, the source of my joy. I will praise you with my heart, O God, my God. There I will go to the altar of God. If I was to use for a subject tonight, it would simply be, we need the altar. After we finish dancing, matter of fact, before we start dancing, because we need to know what we're dancing about. Many people are dancing, never experienced the altar. Many people they say they're worshiping and don't even know whom they're worshiping because they never experienced the altar. The altar is a place where we repent, where we get to know God. It's a place of sacrifice. But we're finding in the church, anytime the altar call sometimes is made, people tend to have a tendency of going the opposite direction. During my days when the altar call was made, we came running. Now we have to almost beg people to, maybe not here, Apostle, but in New York sometimes we have to almost plead with the people. We know we have conditions. We know we have circumstances. We know we have problems. We know we need to be healed. We know we have mind problems. We know we have so many different things that we're dealing with. And we are in need of salvation more than anything else. And so when the altar call is made, we have a tendency of saying, I don't want anyone to see me. So we take our seats and we act like nothing is happening with us. We pretend like everything is okay. We're still stuck in stuff. We're still stuck in things from the past. We need to be healed from things from our childhood. And we will not come to the altar. We have a tendency, this is just a New York thing, we'll sit down and then after church, we want to have a meeting with the pastor or the apostle. But when God is making the altar call, that's the time to come meet with God. Not to meet with the pastor, because I don't have the answer. I have to go to God for the answer. So oftentimes, what we do, we wait till after church because we feel like nobody knows. I am so private. Trouble is never private. And anybody have experience that trouble will always let everybody know you're going through? Trouble have a way of letting everybody know that hey, I'm here, I'm knocking. You know, you might not let me in, but I'm going to stay here. I'm not going anywhere. But there's something about the altar. I don't know why believers fear the altar. We think the altar is for sinners. We believe that only the sinners come to the altar. But the sinners don't know God. The sinners don't know who He is. They're coming to get to know who He is. But we that know God have a fear of the altar. The church has been influenced by the world. So we feel like we don't need the altar. The church, this is not here. It's in a backsliding state. It's in a state where we used to run after God. He was the first thing when we got up in the morning. We sought Him. We lift our hands to Him. We told Him, God, how marvelous You are, how wonderful. Before we could even turn over, we turned over and said, God, I love You. We kissed God. But now all of a sudden we have backslidden from lifting our hands towards heaven, from telling God, God, You the lover of my soul. Oh, we had choir rehearsal and nobody want to pray during choir rehearsal. We have church and nobody want to pray before church starts. We have conversation, we will talk, we will do everything but come to the altar when it's come on. But we need the altar. Young lady came in one Sunday and my son was standing at the door and I was praying. And she said, that woman got to be crazy. Nobody pray like that but a crazy person. My God. But that same woman needed God. She needed the altar. So oftentimes we come to church. I'm talking about New York. I'm just talking about New York. In New York, they will go into the hallway. They will go into the bathroom. They will do anything to stay away from the altar. The altar call is made. Now, we don't even say the Lord is in the holy temple, let all the earth keep silent. Because you know what? Actually, a lot of the Presbyterian church use that. A lot of the Catholic church use that. He said, now God, if he's in the be silent, God, let all the earth keep silent. No, the earth needs to speak because God is. The earth has to speak because God is saying something right about now. So if the earth is keeping silent, then how are we responding to God? So, in New York, they go into the hall. They wait until everybody's gotten off the altar. Then they come in the sanctuary. You're the worship and praise leader, but you don't want the altar.
My God. My God.
How can you lead us? How can you lead us? How can you lead us into worship? And you haven't had an experience. You need to first have an experience at the altar.
Come on.
With God. Before you can lead anybody into worship. Because the altar is a place of slaughter. In other words, there's some stuff in me that needs to die. It's the place where blood. Anytime something is slaughtered, blood comes out of it. It's the place of bleeding. When was the last time we bled? Oh God, that means all the stuff that's not like God that's inside of me that need to come out. I need to, oh God, be diffused. It need to come out of me. So the altar is that place. That's why Sarah got to Shiloh and she got to the altar because her adversary had made her upset. And you know, we know sometimes when we get to the church, we have dealt with the world and all the stuff on your jobs that makes you upset, discombobulated, make you feel like you don't want to be bothered. How do we come in the presence of God and say now we're ready to lead somebody into worship and we got all that stuff on us? No, we got to get to the altar and lose all that stuff.
I know that's right.
So Sarah said, listen here. I'm being taunted by my adversary.
My God.
But there's some stuff in me. I can't be inseminated until I get to the altar.
Oh my God.
Insemination doesn't happen.
All right.
In other words, God can't fill us with himself until we get to the altar. We can't be inseminated until we get to where God is. Oh, we want to be inseminated, but we haven't got to where God is.
Well,
Come on.
yeah.
So, give me about 15 more minutes.
All right.
Oh, yeah, take it down.
But we have backslidden. Oh God, we would pray. Anybody recognize that when prayer was called, people used to come running to the house of God at the hour of prayer. Prayer was just like church because we brought all our stuff, everything that we was dealing with, we brought it to the altar.
My God.
But now, when we say prayer, the altar is just like a dirty word. But God is calling us back to the altar. We're in a famine. The world is in a famine. The church will not be in a famine. The world is in a famine. But the only way the famine can turn, because famine represents judgment. God is judging the world. And can I tell you why he's judging the world? Because the church stopped making their way to the altar. But if the church will get back to the altar, God, in Greece, they're saying if the economy doesn't shift in Greece, then the whole economical system is going downward. But I got news for them. I'm going to get between the altar and the pulpit. And I'm going to seek the face of God. And I said, God, you got the answer. Obama don't have it. The economical system don't have it. The bear and bull market don't have it. You are the only one with the answer. So I seek your face, Selah. There you go. With the church, we're in the place of impressing people.
Yeah, come on.
And not God. So we invite our friends to church. And we want to be impressive.
Yeah.
We don't want them to know that every now and then, sometimes we cry. The tears start falling. And next thing we know, you got to wipe our nose, you got to wipe our mouth, you got to wipe some of everything. But we want to be so impressive. We say, okay, we come to church, it doesn't take all of that. But how many people believe when you get on the altar, sometimes you're going to slob, you're going to spit, you're going to snot, you're going to do a whole lot of stuff. Stuff that don't look so nice.
Come on.
Oh God, because when you get in trouble, you will cry, you will snot nose, you'll spit, you'll do everything just to get out of trouble. We are in trouble. We need the altar. We need to cry. We need to spit. We need to snot nose. We need to seek the face of God on the altar.
Yes, Lord.
I don't know about you, but I need the altar. I need transformation of my mind. Sometimes I think till I ought not think. Sometimes my mind is twisted. Sometimes I feel a little crazy. Sometimes I don't want to act so nice. Sometimes I want to shoot somebody. Sometimes. So I need the altar.
Yes, Lord.
I need it. I need the altar. It's the only thing that keeps my mind stabilized. Oh God, it's not me that keeps myself. It's by me keeping myself on the altar. When was the last time we made ourselves way to the altar? Yes, I got to dance. Yes, I got to pray. But I don't know the altar. That's my praise.
Yeah.
Preach.
But when I get to know the altar, then my praise was shared. My praise was changed. When I come into the house of the Lord, I will enter into his gate with thanksgiving, into his court with praise. Why? Because now I know the altar. Nobody got to tell me. I enter in. Giving him praise. I don't wait for the worship team.
No.
Come on.
Because I want to know, if you never know the altar, how can you lead me?
All right. Preach.
If you haven't prayed all day, how can you help me? If you haven't meditated all day long, how can you help me? The altar will teach you how to meditate.
Yes, it will.
Because sometimes all you do on the altar, you just lay down. God, you just lay yourself before God.